Thank you for joining me again. Today we are continuing our talk on that great song, Indestructible, by that great band, Disturbed. And I want to share with you the very first line. It's the line in the song that offers us that moment when we are called forth, when our mission in life begins. And that moment is when the powers that be, when our master gives us the order. And the line is, another mission, the powers have called me away, another time to carry the colors again. This is when it all begins, when our master bids us go. My name is Ed Trevors. I'm an Anglican priest in the Diocese of Nova Scotia and Prince Edward Island. I get to serve in the awesome, beautiful town of Shelburne, Nova Scotia, in the amazing parish of Christ Church, Shelburne, that sits on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. Now, earlier today, I posted a video where we said a prayer, and in that prayer, the church was asking God to show His power through them. And we must remember that the prayer is not to allow us to be powerful, but rather that God, through us, would demonstrate His power. It's not our power, it's His. It's not our strength, it's His. It's not our will, it's His. And the reason we ask for that is because our strength, our will, our purpose is limited. God's is not. Throughout history, those great famous names that we know from the battlefield, whether it's Napoleon or Eisenhower or MacArthur, Montgomery, Rommel, every single one of them, without exception. It doesn't matter if we're talking about Caesar or Genghis Khan or Attila the Hun. Every single ruler, every single general had a master. Everyone, without exception. They all had a master. They followed somebody. They followed somebody's orders. Now, for some of them, that master may have been their own brain. That might have been themselves. But for others, they followed a president or a king. Maybe they followed a vision. Maybe they followed a cause. But every single one of them had a master. Now, when they followed a master like a king, if you take Wellington, for example, he was given a very specific mission: stop Napoleon. When he was done, that's it. His mission was done. He was able to retire from that particular endeavor. He took on other projects and other missions, but that mission was over. If you look at George Washington had the vision. He had the purpose of an independent country, separated from the king, self-guiding, where the population determined its rules, where the population determined its government and the direction the government would follow. He fought for that. He gained it. He gave himself to that mission so much that he served 2 terms as president. But when he realized his mission was over, he was able to let it go. His mission had come to a conclusion. But then you take a guy like Napoleon, and Napoleon started off on a mission to protect the French people. Right? He started off with this, maybe it was a delusional idea, but his ultimate goal was to protect France. When he became emperor, it was Emperor of the French. The purpose was to protect the French. But over time, because he wasn't following a true master, over time he ended up confused. And he ended up, in the end, simply trying to maintain his own power. And ultimately he failed. See, all these great generals, all of the great warriors in world history, all of the visionaries, all of the heroes we have, all of them, they followed a master. Those that followed a great master, they achieved great things. Their mission had a beginning, it had an end, it had a purpose. They were able to find, they were able to see their successes, they were able to see their failures, they were able to receive their rewards. They were able to feel as though they were a part of something truly greater than themselves. For those that followed weak, poor masters, they didn't have those same rewards. They didn't have that same certainty. They in the end felt unfulfilled. They felt as though things just continued. There was no end in sight. If you want to be special, if you want to be unique, if you want to be heroic, if you want to be a person that is remembered, if you want to be somebody that inspires others, that brings hope into a hopeless situation, that brings light into the darkness, then you can't just follow any master. You certainly can't follow yourself. You can't follow your own sense of your own ego. You can't follow your own sense of glory. You have to choose to follow a master that will bring you to where you want to be, to where you feel called to be. And in order to do that, you need to recognize who it is that's truly calling you. See, the greatest master any of us can follow is God. For Christians, it's following God through the life of Jesus Christ, through the call of Jesus Christ, through the mission of Jesus Christ. But for us to truly be those indestructible warriors that we want to be, it's about giving ourselves over to a master that we know will look after us, over to a master that we know has a true, rich, wonderful, loving vision for this world. A vision that'll bring hope and change and transformation. God's vision is eternal. His purpose is righteous. His rewards unending. His support constant. If you want to talk more about this, if you have something you'd like to share about this line or about any other part of the song, if you have a question, please feel free. Leave a comment below and let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. If you think I'm right, tell me I'm right. If you think I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But I'd love to talk to you more about growing together in this way. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, and may you know the peace of being in God's presence. I pray that when God calls you to that next mission, that you'll be able to answer confident that he is the master to follow. Amen.